Today, we're going to trace this one powerful idea that connects our city streets all the way to the digital frontier. It's all about how we see the world and how that vision is being elevated, literally, reshaping everything from our cities to the future of tech.
So get this. What in the world could possibly connect an old, rusty railway, a tricky problem for video game designers, and the most advanced artificial intelligence on the planet? I know, they seem like they're from totally different universes, but they all share this one powerful common thread.
Well, that connection is a concept you could call elevated vision. It's really just about looking at the world from a new perspective. Literally, when we're talking about our cities, simulated in these virtual worlds, and now it's being scaled globally through artificial intelligence.
Okay, first up, let's ground ourselves in the real physical world. We're kicking things off with Section 1, Elevating Our World. This is where we'll see how architects and city planners are literally changing our environment and our experience of it, right from the ground up. To really get this, let's look at an architecture studio called Elivate. I mean, their entire philosophy is built right into their name. It's all about this idea of elevated vision. For them, it's not just about putting up buildings. It's about seeing the hidden potential all around us to create spaces that actually inspire people.
And a really key tool for this is a concept called adaptive reuse. This is where that vision really comes to life. It's not about starting with a blank slate, bulldozing everything. It's about looking at an old, forgotten building and seeing a new future, keeping its history, but giving it a brand new purpose.
And look, this isn't just some fancy theory on a blueprint. This very idea is actively reshaping cities right now. Let's take a really cool project happening in Gary, Indiana, for example.
This is the Gary Elevated Project. It takes a piece of forgotten industrial infrastructure, an old raised railroad, and completely reimagines it. It's being turned into a greenway, a living, breathing path that connects communities. This is elevated vision in action, turning what was urban decay into a launch pad for new growth. So, we've seen how this works in the real world. Now, let's completely jump into the digital realm. We're moving from a physical high-rise to a virtual one, and you're about to see how the exact same problems of vision and perspective pop up again, just, in a totally different form.
So, this question was actually posted by gamers on a Reddit forum. And they were trying to solve a problem that, believe it or not, architects deal with every single day. If you're standing up high on a platform, what should you be able to see down below? And just as important, what should people on the ground be able to see of you? And here's the puzzle laid out perfectly. From the ground, the platform's walls should block your view. But from up top that platform, your line of sight should be totally clear, right? It's the same real-world puzzle of perspective, but this time you have to solve it with code instead of concrete. The solution they came up with is just fascinating. The community developed these clever digital tools, things like one-way walls that you can see out of, but no one can see into. They are basically digitally engineering the exact same rules of perspective that architects have to think about every day. Pretty cool.
Okay, so we've gone from a niche gaming problem, and now we're going to scale this thing up dramatically. Welcome to Section 3, the AI that sees. We're diving into the world of artificial intelligence, where this whole concept of vision takes on a whole new and incredibly powerful meaning.
At the heart of all this is a technology called computer vision. It's the field of AI that has one huge goal: to train machines to see and understand our world through visual data, learning from patterns in millions and millions of images and videos. And the progress here, it's just staggering. We are so far beyond just recognizing a cat in a photo. Google's latest AI, Gemini, can take in and understand hours of video content almost instantly. It identifies objects, it tracks actions, it even figures out the context. The scale of this new artificial elevated vision is almost hard to wrap your head around. So what can you actually do with this? Well, in sports, it can break down an athlete's form with superhuman precision. For a store, it can analyze foot traffic to figure out the best layouts. In the skilled trades, it can literally look over a mechanic's shoulder and guide them through a complex repair. The uses for this tech are just exploding in every single industry you can think of. But all of this incredible power brings us to a really critical turning point. An all-seeing, all-analyzing vision sounds amazing, but it also brings up some really challenging questions. And that brings us to a crucial part of our story. Section 4, the ethics of looking. Because with this new power of sight comes some immense responsibility. So what are the rules for a world where machines can see and analyze things on a global scale? And this isn't some problem for the future. Researchers are grappling with it right now.
This paper from the EDSU Journal of Engineering and Technology dives deep into the thorny challenges of AI-based surveillance, and it gives us a really important framework for the debate we all need to be having.
The research points to several huge challenges. First there's the obvious one, privacy. What does that even mean in an age of constant monitoring? Then there's the massive issue of algorithmic bias, where these systems can actually reflect and even amplify the prejudices that already exist in our society. And on top of that, there are these huge gaps in both accountability and regulation, mostly because the technology is just moving way faster than our laws can keep up.
And when you look around the world, there's no clear agreement on what to do. The European Union is trying a very comprehensive rights-first approach with its AI Act. The United States model is, well, it's more fragmented, really prioritizing innovation. And China is going with a state-driven strategy that's centered on its national goals. 3 very different visions for how to manage AI's vision.
So let's bring all of these threads together. We've gone from a park in Indiana to a virtual tabletop game, all the way to the frontiers of artificial intelligence, all connected by this one powerful idea.
And what we've seen is that it doesn't matter if we're building with steel or with code. The vision we start with is what defines the outcome. The way we choose to see the world, the perspective we decide to elevate, is what ultimately creates the reality we all end up living in. And that leaves us with one final crucial question. The power to see has always been the power to create, to build, to change. As we start handing more and more of this power over to algorithms and to AI, we have to decide, what kind of future do we want them and us to build? Thanks for watching.